When two bombs exploded near the finish line last year, Luqman Faleh was serving as Iraq's ambassador to Japan. He ran his first ever marathons there to raise money for 2011 tsunami victims' families. Now serving as the Iraqi ambassador to the United States, he is set to run the Boston Marathon tomorrow. Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Why is it important for you to run the Boston Marathon tomorrow?
It's a sign from Iraqi people to our American friends that we will need to stand with each other, and we will always work with each other in the fight against terrorism.
So this is symbolic to you?
Certainly.
And there's a lot. I read an article, I think, that you wrote for the Boston paper, sort of comparing Iraq's run toward democracy with a marathon.
It's a marathon run. It's a long review. We need to have prepared our minds, our bodies for it, and we also have to be aware of the objective. It's not easy to achieve, but when you achieve it, you feel great.
And you are moving along that road in Iraq. Your country having parliamentary elections.
It's the fourth election.
And the fourth election,
month, yes.
And the first since the U.S. troops left. So it's an important election, and there's a lot of worry about it, at least as I read it, because you have had a lot of violence, the most in several years in Iraq. So some of those. Some of the polling places will not be open, where the fighting against terrorism is the heaviest. Can you have a complete democracy when terrorism is such a part of the daily life there?
We're on the first part of democracy. We can't say we have full democracy at this moment. As you may know, with democracy, it takes time for institutions, culture to be created. What we have here is determination of the Iraqi people. The percentage of participation looks like about 60%. This been like that for the last few years, anyway, for the last few elections. High participation. Even those who are, for example, in the Anbar, who have been displaced internally, we're extremely keen for them to participate in their out-of-place, whether in the other provinces and others. So we are determined to get the buy-in of everybody in the upcoming election.
As you approach these elections, compare it to when U.S. troops left Iraq. Is Iraq more or less safe on this election day?
In comparison to the elections even before, we always had a campaign by the terrorist Al-Qaeda and their affiliate in trying to disturb the election and trying to dissuade people from participation. So we always anticipated that, and this election will make not much difference. If you compare it to the before the troop withdrawal, the participation is still high. Everybody's keen for Parliament to be the only place for resolving their political differences. So in that sense, I think we are in the right trend. We are cementing a new culture of democracy in Iraq.
When you wrote in the Boston Herald recently, one of the things you said was, on the security front, Iraq needs American equipment and expertise, as well as strategic coordination and intelligence cooperation. What does that entail, and do you have any sign from the Obama administration that it will be forthcoming?
The administration has been very supportive. It has been understanding the challenge we have, the scale, the depth of the challenge. We are new in developing our own infrastructure, including the security and military infrastructure. The U.S. troop, when they left, a lot of expertise left with them, so we have new challenges. We also have a new situation in the geopolitics of the region in Syria. So in a way, the administration has been understanding, but what we're after is full U.S. support, not just the administration, Congress, others as well, to understand and appreciate the delicacy and the importance of Iraq in relation to security.
And finally, what do you make of fears that I've seen written in a lot of different places, that Iraq may well become the next Yugoslavia, that it will be broken up into bits, that the Sunni and the Shia and the Kurds to the north, that it is just so impossible to bring together? This will become three different nations.
We heard this story about 10 years ago. We were told that with the occupation, with American presence, with sectarian war, and so on. So this is not new to Iraq, this story. However, 10 years with 4 elections and everybody is adhering to democracy has proven that we are somewhat safe of that issue. We have challenges. We have major challenges in relation to getting the right social harmony in the society, in relation to democracy being the only tool and not bullets being in. So we have challenges there. However, are we back to the 2007 and 8 turf wars and neighborhood wars and civil war? No. What we have with state of law, we have rule of law, and we have terrorism, trying to get around that.
Ambassador Luc Montagnetti, first of all, we wish you luck at the Boston Marathon, and certainly we wish your country luck in its next elections later this month.
I'll look forward to it. Thank you very much. I will look forward to it. Thank you. Thank you.